demo the game playing and like an actual game, we're gonna start up the game first, so it can run for a little bit while we go over the presentation, so it's not boring when we get back to it.
Okay. It went boring.
Yeah, no one wants boring. All right, cool. That's good. You able to join? Yeah. All right, so to start off, we'll watch the first opening seconds of it because there's a cool little harass thing that we have going on right at the beginning. It takes a couple seconds for the map to analyze, so that's why nothing's happening yet. All right, so this guy will run off to check the enemies or all the other base locations, and if he finds an enemy, start harassing them so that we can mess up their initial resource gathering. And over here, they're just, finding a new mineral patch that's not been actively selected yet, and then starting to mine from there. And so this guy will go all the way to the other side and discover things along the way. And it should probably run into Matt right now. Yeah, so he has a target, and he's gonna trying to attack the thing without getting too close to his units, and Matt will try to surround it hopefully, and we'll see if he kills it or not. Nope, he managed to get away. So now he's gonna actively just try to stay around there and do stuff. So if we go over here, we're gonna go start the presentation while the game's running in the background. So our project is the Starcraft AI for Brood War. We wanted to implement one completely from scratch with the idea of competing in a competition later on. And so the reason why we chose Starcraft, as we talked about before, was because it's a real-time strategy, a lot of multi-agent, which allows for very rich possibilities for what we can do, not just in terms of micro but macro behavior as well. And that one problem that the other teams ran into that using Starcraft 2 is that the Brood War API over here is really good for building bots yourself, and it has been hashed out for the last 10 years. So what we worked on, so we already started off by using a pheromone shell to avoid local maxima, minima. We have potential fields that help them move around without running into other enemies or themselves. We have very strong micro attack. We have a base commander who actually builds spaces and goes to expansions, and a squad commander that controls all the different underlying squads and sends them to do different things like defend, attack, scout. And so the reason why we couldn't use A-Star is because the built-in A-Star is because it would override our potential fields, so we actually had to use these pheromone trails, which Mary implemented very well. Potential fields which would push them away from each other so they wouldn't bunch up and also attack other enemies. We have enemy target selection, which considers a lot of different factors, so it always picks the best target, not just between units, between buildings as well. Takes into account whether they're air, they're flyer, pretty much almost every possibility that we could think of that we found to be significant. And then we also record data so that we can check to make sure that and make improvements on the bot going forward. So the way in which we broke up the command system is that we have a lower level AI unit commander that solves problems that individuals cannot. Sets up nice formations for them, handles goals, and handles the retreating and regrouping. And then we also have an AI base commander, which identifies choke points, blocks them off. We'll see that in a second. It also handles advancing into natural expansions and also analyzing the world and game conditions to make sure that it has the best overall behavior. And finally, the general of battle, who's this guy who just goes out and actually handles the underlying commanders under him, so that we have different squads doing different behaviors that are all being controlled into an overlying strategy that they want to have. And last thing we have is build priorities, and this is basically a tech tree that we have so that we can follow a different strategy. And so Matt who has experience playing Starcraft before, actually programmed in these states of early, mid, and end game priorities for Terran, which is the race that we're going to use. And so we'll go back to the demonstration now, which has been running for a little bit, and we'll see what we see over here. So inside the base, we can see that he's already built a refinery. We have we have 17 SUVs going. Over here, we already have a barracks, which is starting to put out Marines, which is blocking off the choke point, so that we have units being spawned over there. We've also expanded into the natural expansion. Natural expansion over here. So let's see. So over here, I think we're going really fast. We're going to higher tech real fast. So we're already started to build a Terran factory, and I think there's another supply depot being built as part of the state that we have going. Over here, units are being pumped out at the command center, and we can see that they're already starting to be set to mining over there. And we're going to go ahead and start building a second barracks so we can start building up our units real fast. And we have guys over here. I'm going to... are you scouting down to see someone?
I'm moving towards the other.
Alright, sure. Okay. So normally we would wait for the computer to make the first move, or an opponent to make the first move, but okay, so you can see that mats are already starting to come out this way with a bunch of guys, so we're going to respawn with our Marines. Though I'm not sure how 4 Marines will do it. So over here we can see the behavior that one guy retreats, so they're always in good positions in relation to each other. Try not to get too close so that they don't get killed immediately by all the guys, but of course Zealots are a lot stronger unit, and since we were rushing to higher tech, we're going to have a difficult time responding against the threat of 4 Zealots. But as soon as we have a guy, over here we have a Vulture, and the Vultures have a lot better behavior against the Zealots. So as you see, as soon as one pops out, unless he gets stuck right there against that. Oh no, don't get stuck. Okay, he got stuck. I'll manually, I think it's already starting to build one from a different factory. Okay. So let's see what's happening over here. This guy is not attacking for some reason. Wait, don't kill the factory.
It has killed the factory.
Don't kill the factory, Matt. For the sake of getting the Vulture out. Alright, so that's a lot better player than our bot apparently. And these guys are getting stuck behind different things. So
That's better than your bot.
okay, there we go.
It's only because that Vulture got pinned.
Yeah, I mean, if the Vulture didn't get pinned, the Vulture would have been able to kite the Zealots pretty easily. For some reason, oh, did you override? I think when you had me revert, it overrode one of the commands. But over here, you know, Matt's now dominating them. But you can see the behavior that we were going for in terms of having them kite dynamically, and we'll show you a video of that in a second. But I think that one of our files that had that command, we reverted this morning, and so. What? Oh, the Vulture's over here attacking a base. Okay. Okay, so over here you can see that behavior that we're talking about with the Vulture, not trying to get too close to the unit. He's going to go kill this one now. So, as you see, like he shoots up attack and quickly moves around, trying never to get too close to it. The same with the Marines, who are like keeping a triangle kind of around this Zealot who's now trying to run away. We'll move up here and see what's going on at this base. We have 2 more factories that are not currently building anything. And yeah, so this will go on for a while until either the win or the loss, but that should take a few minutes. But we'll go ahead and show kind of some of the other behavior of the other units in our video, but that's it for our demonstration for now. And so, in addition to what you saw, we also have the it also does upgrades and also does tech, so it researches spider mines and eventually use that if we let it run on a little longer. Let me see if I can get the video. It shows. Yes. So this is showing off that Vulture behavior that we talked about before. Our primary unit, because it has such good fighting against melee and even ranged units. So over here we can see all the different type of units that we have developed for. So all the ground units work very well. Most of the air units have good ability, with the exception of the battle cruiser, which is a very slow unit, so it doesn't work exactly the same way. And then kind of the base setup that we have set up so that the harass works very well against the computer because the computer plays stupid and just it sends all its units against the SUV when we harass with it. But Matt's much smarter as a player. So nobody here has the same kind of fighting behavior in large scale battles. And so going back to the presentation, so the things we want to take care of moving forward before our competition this summer, we're going to apply for the competition in July. We had to apply before July 2013. We want to take care of the build priorities, which make sure that it's very optimized, so that we don't have too much resources being left over. And just a couple issues of units still getting stuck behind because the pheromone trails don't push them. If we have a barrier that's completely straight against it, and yeah, like I said, we're gonna hopefully register by July 2013, and then hopefully compete this fall with this game developed. So that's it for our presentation. Thanks, guys.